Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on axis or line of symmetry. If a line can be drawn through a shape or object such that it divides it exactly in half, then that line is said to be an axis of symmetry. In other words, one half of the shape or object is an exact mirror image of the other. So we can call it an axis of symmetry or line of symmetry, and probably for the sake of this video we'll call it an axis of symmetry. Some shapes only have one axis of symmetry. Many shapes have more than one axis of symmetry. Can you name a shape which has an infinite number of axes of symmetry? We might see that a little bit further on in the video. So let's look at one axis of symmetry. So here the letter A, there's the axis of symmetry or the line of symmetry. One line only can be drawn through this letter A such that we have two equal halves. You can't draw a line anywhere else, that's the only place. Also this butterfly, assuming it's perfectly symmetrical, you draw that through the centre. Two axes of symmetry, the letter H, you can split the letter H this way, or you can split it that way. So you get two equal halves. Same with the letter X. It's very self-explanatory. There or there. And for this rectangle, there or there. So these three figures here, these plane shapes, have two axes of symmetry. Three axes of symmetry, this equilateral triangle, the star. Four axes of symmetry, the square, or this plane shape here. You can see the four axes. And remember earlier we mentioned about an infinite number of axes of symmetry? The old circle. So you can draw many axes of symmetry for the circle, and theoretically we have an infinite number. Axes of symmetry in real life. Examples of shapes containing axes of symmetry occur abundantly in real life. Shapes which are symmetrical can be aesthetically pleasing to the eye and add a certain beauty to buildings and many other types of constructions and objects. So if we look at this building here, if you look at this line there, that axis, it generally will divide that building into two equal halves. So we can call that an axis of symmetry in the main. Here we have this beautiful arch here, and if you go straight down the centre, that will give you an axis of symmetry. And here we have this construction. If you go down the centre, that will also be an axis of symmetry. So this video has introduced us to the idea of the axis of symmetry or the line of symmetry, and that's a line when you draw it through a shape or an object, it cuts the shape or the object exactly in half. And we've seen some interesting examples in real life.